K9, I think I'm going to have a big surprise for you here. You have a special guest next week, and I picked him out because he's actually turned to bare knuckle boxing.
Ishe Smith.
We kind of had a big, yes, sir. He's going to be on the show next week. Him and hopefully Lou develop. But I know you and Ishe has had your little differences. I've had my differences with him too. But what do
Yeah.
you think about Ishe going to the bare knuckle route?
Oh, you know what? Hey, listen. If they paying you good, one thing you gotta remember is that Ishe Smith is a professional fighter. So going in there against a regular dude who do MMA or can kick good. Hey, he got the upside against whoever he gonna go in there with. I'm quite sure he's not going in there with another professional fighter. So he's going in there most likely against a guy who think he can fight. Ishe is a former world champion. So with him being a former world champion and and he's real good with his hands, I'm giving him the edge and a nod to be whoever he gonna fight. And we fought each other, so he got a little pop too. He ain't just he don't look like he can pop because he don't have a lot of knockouts, but he got a little pop in him. So and I'm quite sure he's not a fool. He with the money team, so he bought that bread. So I'm looking forward to him getting that win, making that money, and and calling it a day whenever he decides to.
Uh, let's talk about bare knuckle fighting in general, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing getting in the ring when your hands are wrapped and you got gloves on, and your opponent's got on gloves and whatnot. But K9 bare knuckle, I mean, I knew you grew up in the streets, so I mean, you were used to it, even before you started boxing. But uh, doesn't that take like a certain toughening of skin and I mean, it's not like getting hit by gloves. I mean, people we've seen fights where guys get cut by gloves. I mean, bare knuckles. Then you're gonna have your feet. I mean, ain't nobody got their feet in your face, but hey, man, you're still fighting in gloves. Would your wife, slap you if you thought about taking the gloves off, someone going doing some bare knuckle fighting?
Man, listen. Hey, listen. I believe it's easier to go have a bare knuckle fight against the right opponent than to actually get in there with the boxing gloves on. Because you got to remember the muscle memory that someone like an Ishe Smith and a K9 Bundrage has is out cold. It ain't no joke. We can get in there like if somebody was to run up on me on the streets, automatically I would turn and roll my shoulder and throw the right punch, and mess around and be done did something I didn't even know I could do. So the advantages will go to Ishe Smith. You know what I mean? Especially if he's a guy that grew up fighting in the streets. Because it's one thing to be a boxer, but it's another thing to actually come from the streets and being a street fighter or used to be a street fighter. So I give him an advantage. Just like for instance me, in the streets, man, it wouldn't even be fair for me to fight in the streets. So you take a guy from the streets and put him in a ring with me with just the bare knuckles, man, he gonna be in trouble. Cause this is what I did. I was undefeated in bare knuckle fighting.
I just say K9, you was undefeated in bare knuckle fight, right?
Absolutely. I lost my first fight when I put the gloves on.
See, you always try to you always bring that stuff in the game there. See, you achieve hear that, but yeah, man,
No,
hey,
right.
I do kind of agree with you, but hey, at Ishe's age, to me, there's a certain time when you got to put them up. And I don't mean, just when you hang up the gloves, you got to kind of hang up them hands too.
Hey, no.
But hey,
You got
I
it.
wish to it.
You and listen, James. You got it right. He's putting them up. Trust me. If it was a hard fight And Ishe Smith just said he retired. So if it was a hard fight, I don't think that he's a dumb person. He's coming back because it's a lot of money involved, and it's the right opponent. And it's easier with him taking the gloves off against a guy that he knows that he can win against most likely versus going in there with one of these young up and coming fighters. You know what I'm saying? He's going a different route, and I think he's going a smarter route. And I could just about guarantee he's gonna win his fight.
Well, we'll be talking to him next week for sure.
Absolutely.
That should be. Yeah. So I thought we'd let the fans know and let you know. We can bring fighters in from anywhere. Don't